In the vast, sun-scorched desert of Namibia, a horror unfolded that would become the first genocide of the 20th century. The year was 1904, and the German colonial forces, under the command of General Lothar von Trotha, issued an order that would seal the fate of the Herero and Nama peoples. The extermination order, known as the Vanished Tongues Befehl, was a death sentence for tens of thousands. The Herero, who had risen up against colonial oppression, were now hunted like animals. Those who fled were driven into the Omahig Desert, a place of no return. The German soldiers sealed off all water sources, leaving the Herero to die of thirst under the relentless African sun. By 1908, 80% of the Herero population had been wiped out, and half of the Nama people shared the same fate. The methods used were chillingly systematic massacres, forced labor, and the world's first concentration camps, established on Shark Island. These camps were not just prisons, they were factories of death where prisoners were starved, worked to death, or left to perish from disease. The skulls of the dead were often shipped to Germany for pseudoscientific racial studies. The Herero and Nama genocide was a blueprint for the atrocities that would follow in the 20th century, including the Holocaust. Yet, for decades, this crime was buried in the shadows of history. It wasn't until 2021 that Germany officially recognized the massacre as a genocide and agreed to pay €1.1 billion in reparations. But for the descendants of the victims, the wounds remain unhealed. The story of the Herero and Nama is not just a historical crime, it's a warning of what happens when humanity is stripped away in the name of empire. Across Africa, other historical crimes echo this dark legacy: the Rwandan genocide, the Algerian War of Independence, the transatlantic slave trade, and apartheid in South Africa. Each of these events shares a common thread: the systematic dehumanization of people for power and profit. Today, the scars of these crimes are still visible in the landscapes of Namibia, the streets of Kigali, and the memories of millions. The question we must ask ourselves is not just how these atrocities happen, but how we can ensure they are never repeated.